What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Everybody, we are back once again with your weekly fix of that underground sound shit. The Hardcore is back, episode number 2. We are back, like I said, again, second installation of many. And what's going on, Booski? What's going on?
I'm chilling, my man. How are you?
Good shit. Good shit. Just finished doing a podcast with a special straight edge OG. Patreon. You already know, but I'm not gonna tell everybody else so that the civilians don't get it. But just trying to busy. Got a lot of new podcasts, a lot of shit, but there's also a lot of shit going on. Actually, one of the people I've been looking to get on the podcast is actually somebody I want to talk about who just dropped a new album. Downset just dropped a new record.
Dope.
I just saw right now. It's called. Oh, good. You got that. Yeah, Maintain. And it's by Nuclear Blast. Engineer. Oh, I just saw this and I didn't even fucking know. It's engineered by my boy, Nick Jet.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. I haven't even got a chance to hear it yet. I just saw it and I've been I've been trying to get Ray on for a minute, but he's wild. He's hard to get.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get him.
Yeah, but I heard some of it. Nick played me some of it recently. I was hanging out with him and he gave me some of those sneak peek previews, and it's dope. It's Downset, man. It really is.
That's dope. That also you got to hear. That's good. I didn't know. Literally till I just read the shit right now. I saw that it was Nick did it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Jet. I think that he did a pretty cool job working on that. I know that he threw his 2 cents in there musically. You can definitely hear it. They let him, I think, be involved a lot more than just turning knobs, and stuff like that. So it's a cool record. Anybody that loves Downset, you're gonna love this. So
yeah, is it all the original guys? It is, right?
Man, I don't know that. Yeah, but I think it is. I think it's most of them. You're right.
Yeah, because I'm psyched because I always liked them and I always liked the lane that they were in because it was their version of how they brought hip hop, their version of their hardcore, their version of their metal. You know what I mean? It was like real. Every time they put out a new track, I was always curious because it was going to be flavor, but it was always a recipe that I would never use.
Yeah, sure.
But it worked for them.
Yeah, and it definitely opened a lot of doorways to some of this modern hardcore that you hear nowadays, and stuff that eventually that came like E-Town Concrete and, some of that stuff that incorporated that hip hop thing into the hardcore, and we'll get to this band Gridiron a little bit later, but they're another one that sort of, I feel like came out of this, this version of hip hop and hardcore evolving. So
yeah, shout out to Downset. And again, I always got a special place in my heart. My first US tour was with Downset. On that Downset Doggy Dog tour. Shout out to Doggy Dog too. But
hell yeah.
Yeah, and also I'm talking about them touring and all that shit. Right now, Agnostic Front and Sick of It All finally are in fucking Europe. I'm fucking happy to finally hear that some of our hometown heroes are finally back overseas where the fuck we belong.
Yes, absolutely.
And I was hold on, I'm just checking this out right now, reading this. But yeah, to everybody out there right now, Sick of It All, Agnostic Front, they're out there for like a month. So by the time you hear this, they'll still be out there. Make sure to go support them. There's a lot of bands on tour, but the hardcore bands need that support. So make sure you go see them. And as a matter of fact, this is how the hardcore is gonna be doing shit from here on forward. I got to tap in with my boy Craig Ahead live from fucking London.
Yeah.
Let's tap in. Let's see what he got to say live from the underworld. Hit that.
What's up, everybody? We're in Europe. We're actually in London today at the Underworld. It's the 4th show of the run. We did 3 shows in Germany. So now we have 4 shows in England starting tonight, like I said, at the Underworld. And then we play Spain and Portugal. It's going real well. The shows are banging. People are turning out like crazy. And a lot of pent-up energy. So, yeah.
Yes.
And there you go. Look, I love how he ends that shit. But listen, I literally just got that from Craig Ahead not even an hour ago. So that's how we're doing shit on the Hard Corner. It's coming straight to the source and right to the people. But shout out to Sick of It and AF are out there. They're killing it. I seen a lot of footage. I don't know if you got to see any of the footage, but
I saw a little bit, man. It looks awesome. You know, it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see these guys in front of those massive crowds again. You know, like I know playing the U.S. is totally different than playing, you know, Europe for a lot of these, you know, older bands. So it's, you know, it really is where bands like AF, Sick of It All, you guys, you know, there's plenty of bands out there where you really get the best performances those nights, because playing in front of those thousands of, you know, people is just, it's an energy that, oh man.
And it's a spot like, you know, I'm lucky. I've been blessed that I got to play, you know, 100, not 100, but whatever, dozens of those kind of festivals.
Yeah.
But something about seeing AF, if I see on Murphy's Law or certain of these OG bands, when they have a big festival show and they kill it, it's almost like that's where you belong.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You like, and what you deserve. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, I bump my chest up a little wider, you know, to be like, yeah, motherfuckers, that's how we do shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it validates all those years of grinding, you know. I mean, it's like it's a nice payoff to play those shows. It really is. And
and like we were talking about Roger too, man. I don't know if I need a heart transplant or something, because that motherfucker is going crazy. He looks fucking like he's going off more than ever. And same thing with Sick of It All. They're having some really good crowds. And I want to shout out These Nuts. I've been trying to get JJ on here. I'm gonna get JJ soon. But one, I love the band. Shout out to Australia. Shout out to Brooklyn. But they're out there doing it too. And what I love about them, those motherfuckers grind. In the minute you're ready to play, you know, These Nuts in your mouth. No, These Nuts will be, you know, front and center, which I love. You know, there's a couple. You know, there's a couple of us that live in those trenches. There's a lot of us, but there's some of us that are up front in the trenches, and they're one of them. So
yeah, for sure.
I'm fucking really, really glad to see that about fucking These Nuts and the big AF. I think is Terra headed out there? Are they there? I think they just got there, right?
I think they're there now. Yeah, or maybe tomorrow, or they'll be out there within a day or two. Yep.
Yeah. And everybody out there who's been asking me, yes, the Madball tour has been canceled. Why, I do not know. You could hit up the Madball website and ask Freddie. I really don't know, but I could tell you this: every Wednesday you got a new episode of the Hard Corner, and every Thursday a new episode of the Smoking Word. That's one thing I do know. So with that being said, but also in the news, like we say, like we're gonna start saying. But anyway, my brother, the Drum Animal, is back to do some selective tours with his fucking old band members, Unearthed. So my brother, Mikey Justine, the one and only Drum Animal, is filling in on drums for this next upcoming Unearthed tour. So
yes, another European tour.
Yeah, another European tour and some bangers. So let's say, well, what we got over here? Let me see. Slovenia, Germany, Romania, France. This is what I like to see again, because it shows the world is open again. Czech Republic. But yeah, everybody, go support Unearthed. I'm going to be having Ken and all those guys on here too. The Hard Corner and the Smoking Word podcast is the house for everybody who lives in the trenches. It ain't just a hardcore punk rock thing. It's about anybody shooting from the hip. Put it like that.
And shout out to Ken, who's out right now with As I Lay Dying, I saw. So it looks like he's juggling a couple of bands right now too. So shout out to Ken, and shout out to all those Unearthed dudes, Trevor. Know those guys for a very long time, and it's really cool to see Mike playing with them again, because I feel like he was an animal in that band.
Yeah, shout out to all those guys, and definitely like Ken. People don't know Ken actually did a lot of track. He tracked for one of our albums. I think the Hardcore Lives record. I forgot, but shout out to Ken. Shout out to fucking Evertune. Ken Susie's the guy who put us onto Evertune. Yeah, he made a believer out of a non-believer. Yeah. But we're gonna get Ken, and also the As I Lay. Shout out to all those guys. Unearthed, As I Lay Dying. We're gonna get all these motherfuckers on here sooner or later. You know what I mean? But everybody, go support Mikey and Unearthed. The dates are up right now. If you're on YouTube or on the Patreon, you could also check out their Instagrams and everything. And also, I just saw in August 7th, they're playing Ohio, and dope. They're going to be playing September 8th in Virginia at that Blue Ridge Rock Fest, which I've been hearing a lot about lately.
Yeah. A lot of festivals in there.
Yeah. So it's like, that's cool. But that Blue Ridge it's an American festival, but I think like they got the Hay Breeds, and I actually think AF might be playing that shit too.
Good.
I'm not sure, but again, I'm glad that we need these US festivals to start putting on some more hardcore. And again, that's why I'm kind of glad for like bands like Knock Loose that they're bringing the hardcore flag, but their sound is able to sneak in there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And and then that's how we all come creeping in behind them and all that good shit. You know how that works. But fucking and also this past weekend, my brothers, the Jersey's finest, are back. If you haven't heard, Jersey's finest, the one and only Fury of 5 is motherfucking back.
Love it. I love it.
Go ahead.
Did you see any of that footage? I don't know if you caught any of that. Oh man, it was great.
Yeah.
And, it's again just good to see these OG guys, you know, having another go round. They're another influence, you know, like Downset. I feel like on a newer generation of bands, you know, and Fury of 5 definitely created a lane of their own for sure. You know,
yeah, definitely an animal, and it was good. I actually had him on the podcast a while ago, and it was good to see. I got to talk to my boy Jay Fury. I haven't seen him in mad years, but it was good to see all those guys again. That's a special time in New York hardcore history. Yeah. You know, even though they're Jersey, it's all hardcore history. But that East Coast at that time was, you know, it's always the Furies, the Crown of Thorns, the Scars, the Madballs, the fucking Fahrenheit.
Yep.
You know, definitely. It was good, but yeah, he's a nut. You seen him, and nothing gets me more excited when I see him stage dive. When he stage dive when we played that New York show, like I think I could have walked off right then and just got home, and I would have been like satisfied. You know, a fucking but you didn't go though, right? You weren't there physically, right?
I didn't see, no, not in person. No.
Yeah. I just saw some footage. I heard it was dope and they sounded dope, like always.
They sounded great. Yeah. I saw Ant Money from E-Town got up and did a little something, and you know, he's always great too. So shout out to all those dudes. Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, Jersey, and shout out to Ant. You never know. Maybe he might be coming on Friday. Oh, I don't know. But let's just say, listen, you know, I work, you know, you don't know how I work. That's the whole point. I try to keep things fresh and sexy for everybody there in podcast land. But a big shout out to Stick, man. Again, the energy he's coming with, and he's also showing, he's also being an example. How you see Stickman showing up is not only fan, but like new bands like reaching out. You see Stickman jumping up there. You know, people want to talk a lot of shit about, you know, of maybe things he's done in the past, or, you know, him at his, you know, when he has a bad, you know, what do you call it? About his temper in the past and whatever. But that dude, he's supporting it, and he's showing what the OG should be doing, is embracing the new people and not just kind of talking about it. But you see him on there. I seen him jump on stage and sing songs with him. And I'm like, you know, that's how I felt when I was a kid. I remember going to watch AF, hanging out, drinking a 40 outside of CB's, and Stigma just jumping in the cypher like, yo, what's up? You know, like, and being like, oh shit, he's just hanging with us. Like, why would he do that? And he's like, yo, you know, I'm like, you know, you don't have to do that, but you do it. And then when people see that, it's what they should see. Like, you know,
absolutely.
You know, right. Because right now I really believe there's a little bit of a separation, age gap. That was never there. There was always an age difference, but everybody still kind of, there was no rooms in the house. At the family reunion. Now everybody's in their rooms. So it's like, no, we all were in the living room at one point. Even if we were, you know, not having our own individual convos, it was an open room. Now everybody's in their rooms with the doors closed.
Sure. Yeah, it's grown. It's grown, and a lot of people grew out of it, but a lot of people stuck around, you know. And as it's grown, everything's grown. Ideas have changed and this and that. And there's a lot of different, like you say, a lot of different divisions and rooms now for people to fall into.
And again, you know, it's everybody's fault and everybody's job and everybody's what do you call it, obligation. like, you know how they used to say, as an American, you pay your taxes and all this, and which I agree. Well, to be part of this world, this is how you pay your taxes, is by supporting, by schooling, by showing up, by showing the love, by not just talking about it. You show it, you know, you get in there and get involved as much as you can. We all know we all can't be on top of the crowd, stage diving.
Yeah.
You know that. But
hey, I tried at the B&B Bowl. I did a little stage dive, a little Murphy's Law entrance, and man, it was embarrassing.
And then it was like Hillary Clinton like going into the car or something, like fucking
yeah,
tripping and shit. But yo, shout out on the real, everybody, old and new. Listen, we're part of a beautiful thing. This shit is growing every day. That's the whole point of this show, to kind of keep everybody up to date on what's going on, old and new. And even being on that tip, let's hit them with some new shit. Busky, new music, new what's crack-a-lacking? You're the new music guy.
I'm gonna shout out this record right here. This band is called Gridiron. It's a little project with guys from Neverending Game and Year of the Knife. Again, to sort of follow up on the Fury of 5 talk that we've been talking and Downset and stuff, I feel like this is a perfect representation of those bands, that era of music, hip hop influenced hardcore, coming together in a modern way. And this shit is just awesome, you know, super catchy, very Biohazard-ish, you know, with some hip hop flavor to it. So
yeah, I heard it was dope, and I didn't know they had the End the Game guys, because they're dope.
Neverending Game, yeah, man.
Yeah, Neverending Guys. You actually, and I remember them because they're on one of my workout playlists. You put me on to them on one of the, when we were doing the new bands on the podcast.
Yep.
And yo, that really well done, and it reminds me, like, one, they should be from New York.
Yep.
You know, but not just from New York in the late mid-90s, you know, mid-90s New York, but it still sounds up to date and it don't sound fake. That's what I like. It doesn't sound fake. It sounds like, no, these guys are into the groove thing and the heavy thing, and they like the metal, but it's not the death metal aspect of shit.
Absolutely.
Which is refreshing. I got, you know, I love all that shit, but this has a little bit more, it has flavor. It just has, you know, a lot more room. And it's funny, like you said, that it's definitely in the realm of a Downset.
Yeah.
And those type of bands.
It has that hip hop groove, you know, like just that beat and that swagger and the sway, you know, a different sort of a head bopping, you know?
Yeah. Where are they from?
Some guys are in Detroit and some
Canada,
guys are in Philly.
Oh, Philly and Detroit. Oh, I thought it was something like Canada for some reason.
Yep. So
Detroit and Philly. Wow.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. Actually, maybe not even Philly, but Pennsylvania, Detroit, something like that.
Oh shit, that's crazy. I didn't know they were fucking what do you call it? Detroit dudes. That's a good mix.
Yeah, and I think it actually started off as just a project, you know, and it's just one of those things that it hit, you know, and when it's good, it's good. And it hit, and they put out this record, you know, pretty recently, and it's a banger. It's really good.
And that's a full album?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's a full album. And who put it out? Do you know?
I think it's on Triple B.
Oh, Triple B. All right. Yeah. Shout out to Triple B too.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, they've been doing it for a minute too, Triple B, huh?
Yeah, and they're pretty much, you know, like they're on top of the game when it comes to modern hardcore at this point, you know.
Yeah. Who else is on Triple B right now? Because I see it all the time. Man, you know, I know. Yeah. I'm like trying to.
Let me take a look, because I think it's so many bands even now that I'm so unfamiliar with, you know. This dope band Downfall.
Yep, I know them. Yep.
Dope. From Richmond. Life's Question. Another new band called No Pressure, which is pretty cool. What else is on there? Tsunami.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Yeah, they got that whole movement. I know that whole. Yeah. There's like a whole movement behind that.
Yeah, a lot of stuff from the looks of it.
That's dope. That's dope. And
Big Cheese. So yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's dope. No, that they're doing their thing, and I'm like, and I'm glad that we're seeing the evolution of what these bands are coming out. Like we know, like Raw Deal was former members of.
Yep.
AF former members of, they had members of
Yep.
this band that now, and then we get to see, the people that stick it out do some fucking great things later on. We might be just seeing some great shit, in the fucking early stages right now.
I think so. I think this is just the beginning, and I remember years ago when that band, excuse me, that band Twitching Tongues came around.
Yeah, shout out to Twitching Tongues.
Absolutely. And I mean, that was my first time sort of getting an ear to those guys, the Young brothers, those two brothers in the band.
Yes.
And I remember thinking, man, there's a lot of cool shit to come in the next 10 or 20 years from these kids, and we're now 10 years later, and that's, they're doing all the fucking cool shit right now. And he's recording, Taylor's recording a lot of it. He was in Nails, he's got a lot of. So,
I didn't know he was in Nails. I actually found them online and added them because I know they're good dudes, and we toured with them early on. And I actually want to get them on the podcast because I see them doing a lot of shit too, man. So
yeah, man.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Twitching Tongues and the brothers and twins and brothers or whatever. Shout out to Tongues, Twitching, and all that good shit. Tongues in your butt or whatever. And also the homeboys, Lamb of God dropped a new record. I heard one song. It's fucking hard as fuck. Awesome. And again, I love as metal as they are, they got their own lane, which I love, you know what I mean? And besides being good dudes, the records, they always put out a hard record. And
always, yep.
And what I love about them, they're a band that I never thought would blow up the way they blew up. Because I always thought they're too extreme. The way they look, the way they sound, and the name. I said, there's no way, Lamb of God.
Right.
Somebody's going to hate on that too much to let that get big.
And they turned that down because they used to be called Burn the Priest.
I know, like exactly. Exactly. Let's lighten that up a little bit.
Yeah.
They said let's lighten it up and let's just fucking Lamb of God. Burn the priest.
I know.
Man.
I definitely don't
just
think
hearing
that. Made it. I know.
I feel guilty just hearing that. Shout out to fucking Randy and all of them, but
absolutely. Shout out to Willie.
Willie, especially representing that hardcore shit. Shout out to Lamb of God. I'm again. Randy's another one I got on deck. He's coming. He got no choice.
Great dudes, man. Really great dudes.
But definitely let's hit them. What we got? Album of the week. Gator Food. Hit them. That album of the motherfucking week. So
what do we got?
Now, remember everybody out there, I got my GED. Simulacra. Did I get that right?
Sounds
Did I get
good
that
to
right?
me.
I think right. The infection spreads. Now, first of all, this is how crazy it is. I'll tell you how fucking crazy and how by the minute the hard corner is. This morning, I go to the gym at 5 a.m. every morning. I leave at 4 and I'm at the gym at 5. Around 10 a.m., my homeboy, shout out to Jay fucking West Palm firefighter, hardcore kid. He's like, yo, check this band out, the new band. And I said, good. I go, I want to hear some new shit because I got a new show, The Hard Corner, coming at you every week, every Wednesday. I said, yo, well, we want to put on a lot of new bands. And he said, check them out. And he played me Simulacra, and he actually said they're playing This Is Hardcore, which I didn't know.
Oh, dope.
Long story short, I put the track on, and these motherfuckers are hard.
Yeah.
And not only that, the quality of playing and just production, I'm impressed what the speed everybody's on nowadays.
Yeah, yep, definitely. And
it's
heavy. It's really heavy, and it's in that different. It's in that different lane, or in that different room that we were talking about as something like Gridiron, where it's a heavy, but it's not that kind of a heavy, it's not a groovy heavy. It's more of that death metal heavy.
Yes.
So it appeals to a different, maybe even demographic, more of like that Nails crowd or Converge crowd or, shit like that. But,
and I actually like it a little bit more than those other bands because they don't sound as crazy, like sporadicness. It's like, it seems more organized. But it's fucking heavy, and like what blew me away is this is a band that, all right, I'm new to them, but all right, looking at them where they're at on the bills, they're a newer band or whatever, but how good the new bands are.
Yeah.
Man, production-wise, performance-wise, visually,
Yeah.
You know, like, man, they're coming with heat, these fucking young guns. I gotta say, I don't even know if they're young or old.
Yeah, I think they're pretty young. The singer, this kid Dominic, he's a pretty dope graphic designer, actually. So that probably attributes to why, you know, these graphics and the cover looks so cool and professional, because like you said, these kids are really, you know, they've got a couple of decades now and generations of great influence, you know, underneath their belts. So super cool record. I like that, like you said, I like that the songs are a little bit more concise. They're shorter, you know, there's some of them, I think most of them are under 2 minutes, and you know, they have that little bit of that heavy and craziness, but they all have like somewhat of a hate breed simple mosh, you know, a hate breed breakdown or something like that to them. So
exactly, it ain't just some technical NASA shit.
Yeah,
you know, shout out to all you astronaut guitar players out there. I don't hate, but sometimes it's hard for it's hard for gorillas to follow sometimes. They have a very metallic sound, but a lot of flavor. It got a lot of like a bottom of a barrel. Like, you know, it just got a big pocket and some cool shit. And again, I'm glad. Do you know where they're from?
That I don't know.
Because that always explains a lot, you know, from like, you know, what water they're drinking. Because if we hear if they're from fucking what's the place in Detroit with all the fucking bad water?
Yeah, Flint.
You'd be like, oh, they're hard. They're drinking that Flint water.
The Flint water.
These motherfuckers are from there or somewhere near Sodom. Somewhere near, like somewhere evil.
Right.
These motherfuckers, simulacra.
Right.
And I don't know what simulacra means, but if you say it 3 times in front of the mirror, you're on your own. I have nothing to do.
Right.
Simulacra. Hell no, I'm not saying that shit.
No way.
No, but shout out to Simulacra. No, but again, I'm actually people should go check them out. Not only supporting new music, but really dope, and something like definitely if you work out, they're worth fucking listening to.
The spin, and shout out to Days Records. It's on Days Records.
Yes,
that's a pretty new label that's popping up that I'm sure you're going to be hearing and seeing a lot more often. So shout out to Lumpy. He does that record, a Long Island kid. I think he moved away now, but I knew him from a Long Island kid. So it's cool again to see that generation now.
Hell yeah,
taking the lead. So shout out to Days Records and Simulacra.
Hell yeah, everybody. There you go. Listen, tune in every week for your weekly dose of that underground sound. You understand? Listen, one love. Make sure to keep supporting the movement. Repost, like that shit, spread the word. The hard corners in the motherfucking building. Busky, we out.
That's what's up? Peace.
You gotta stand, you gotta run. Don't gotta stand, don't you get good. Don't got to bring my head like me. Do I cry, do I see it? Fucking do me. You won't see me. Fucking do me. Fury, Lord Fury. Take your gun, the best of me. Fury, Lord Fury. Motherfucker, you can see. You can escape. You can erase. You can pay. You try to test my